Imagine waiting months for your favorite book's release date, only to find out that some people got it early and that wasn't supposed to happen. Today we're going to be talking about the drama surrounding Onyx Storm's early release date and why this caused a lot of issues in the first place. Onyx Storm was supposed to release on January 22nd, 2025. However, some stores started to release it a little bit earlier, and by early, I mean almost a week before the actual launch date. In this video, we are going to unpack how that could have happened, how it affects the book world, and why it's important to not physically buy a book until the official release date.
Onyx Storm was supposed to release January 21st, 2025. However, it appeared that some places like Target and Walmart had started to sell the copies earlier than the release date. Fans quickly noticed this, they shared their surprise and of course their frustration on social media, and Rebecca Yarros herself had mentioned how this makes her feel when this was not supposed to happen in the first place. So how did this happen? There are many possibilities about how this happened. The first being that large stores operate on a massive logistics system and sometimes errors do occur. So books can definitely show up to stores ahead of time and employees may mistakenly stock them really early, or there could also be lack of proper communication about the dates to these corporations. I've definitely seen pictures though that it says do not put on shelves until January 21st, but perhaps that was missed or somebody did not see it. Another possibility is that some stores might be prioritizing profit, so they see the early release as an edge over their competitors regardless of what the rules and what the author and publisher had wanted to do. So why is this a problem? You would think, oh, this is great, like we get our books even earlier than we expected. But there are a lot of impacts that happen. The first one being that it impacts the authors and the publishers. So pre-release sales can skew official launch day numbers, making it hard to measure the book's success. So this can affect the ratings, media coverage, and even future opportunities for the author. Because although they have the book, people will try to scan it and it won't be able to buy it. And so the cashiers can override it and just plug in as miscellaneous book without actually it being attributed to Onyx Storm. So the store is getting the profit, but that's not going to go to the Onyx Storm sales because it was never scanned properly. It was only as what they didn't know. And I know personally as a cashier, there have definitely been items when I worked at the grocery store that did not have labels and we only had to punch it in by price, but then you don't know when you're looking at the receipt like what that actually was, and so this can affect the sales for that reason. Another one is that independent bookstores get affected by this as well. So like these small businesses, they can't compete with these bigger stores, especially when they kind of break the rules and impact the sales and have people want to go to the big stores to buy the early release. Another one, of course, is that spoilers ruin the hype. So early access, this means that fans might accidentally spoil the story for others or intentionally spoil it. There have been posts on TikTok about the ending of this book and people who got it early, and so they started to spoil it knowing that not everybody is able to get the book, which honestly, I had to avoid TikTok for a very long time so I don't get spoilers. Another one is that it really just undermines the community experience. So like release dates are meant to create this shared moment for fans to celebrate and discuss the book together and really just have a time to come together and just be excited about it. So not only is it like ruining the hype, it's also just taken away from the community itself. So why shouldn't you buy books early? We kind of alluded a little bit about how it can affect the pricing of the book when it's not actually clocked in properly, in this case not clocked under Onyx Storm, just as like miscellaneous book for whatever price it was at. Another one is that it may seem harmless, but it's also rewarding these big stores. Who knows, even small stores could do it, but it's rewarding these stores for breaking the rules, and it's also reducing the excitement for release day celebration. So definitely just wait for the official release date to support the author and the publishing industry properly, because it is very, very important. But like release days are so important and pre-sales are so important to help figure out like the success of a book and the author's like career overall. So why do pre-release sales matter so much? The first is that they impact bestseller rankings. So this counts towards the first week of sales, which is a critical metric for bestsellers like the New York Times, US Today, and among others. And a strong pre-release period can help catapult a book on these lists and bring the author recognition and boost in future sales. They also signal the demand to publishers. So when there's a lot of pre-orders, it's showing the publisher that there's strong interest in the author and their work, and that can lead to better marketing support, future book deals, and even international publishing opportunities for the author. Another point is that they influence the retail stocking decision. So bookstores and retailers use pre-order numbers to decide how many copies to stock in their stores. So if the pre-orders are strong, the book is going to have a pretty good shelf life and higher availability. So that means more potential readers are going to come in, they want to buy the book, and they'll get it. It also creates buzz and momentum. So publishers and authors, they often align promotional efforts with pre-release sales, so creating the hype ahead of an early release date, which if you look on Rebecca Yarros' Facebook or any of her other social media, you'll see that she's been doing a countdown even before this all happened. Early buzz, it just really brings a lot of excitement in the fan community, and it drives even more sales. And of course, authors don't earn as much as you think. Many authors really rely on hidden big sales goals to earn out their advances. So that's like the upfront payment that they receive. And so if they miss those goals due to these disrupted like release plans, that can hurt the author's career in the long run. So when you think about it, like this author has worked years on Onyx Storm. She's poured her heart out into the story, and every single pre-order is helping secure her future in publishing. And because of that first week of sales, this can really make or break that bestseller list. So if she misses out on those numbers because of this early release that did come out pretty much a week before, that's a really big deal for her. So that's why it's so important that you want to wait for the official release date or pre-order the book, because that way you're directly helping the author succeed. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that release dates exist for a reason. They help authors, publishers, and fans, of course, like us, to experience this all together. So if you've already picked up Onyx Storm early, just try not to spoil it for others. And if you haven't, just wait. Join the excitement when the official release day is there.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button. And if you haven't already, definitely hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. That way you get notified anytime a new video comes out. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this drama? Did you know about any of this before this video? Did you know about like why it's important? Let me know and let's have a conversation. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!